Hey guys, welcome to my new video, and in this video we're going to be talking about the best skill orders for Riven. So when you play Riven, there's three directions that you can go. The first direction is maxing Q first and then into W and E. The second option you have is maxing Q into E into W, and the last one we have is maxing E into W into Q. Depending on the direction you're going to, the game will change dramatically. So how exactly do you decide when to use each one in each different situation? So basically what you're going to do is you're going to be looking into the matchup that you are going to play against. Depending on the matchup, you will decide which runes and item build you're going to take. And based on the runes and the item build, you will take the skill order path that works the best in your specific case. So let's take Victor and Garen as two examples for this video. When you are playing against a Victor, your main priority goal is to try and one-shot him before he can actually stun or CC you. So because of this reason, you always want to have Electrocute against Victor. You will also be building lethality items in the early game. Now that your runes and your item build is based on one-shotting, there is no reason for maxing E after Q. If you are maxing your W after your Q, you're not doing it for the cooldown, but you're actually doing it to maximize your damage. In other words, when you are playing one-shot Riven, you always want to be maxing your Q first into W into E. You might actually think that this won't really help you out that much, however the numbers are really big. And somehow I'm seeing a lot of Riven players make the same mistake over and over again because they are always maxing E after Q while they are playing one-shot Riven. So you already get the picture when you should be taking Q into W into E. But I also want to be giving you the explanation why you should be taking Q into E into W when playing against a Garen. So whenever you are playing against a Garen, you always want to take the rune Conqueror if you want to be snowballing in the lane. And since you are playing against a Garen, most of the people will always build Black Cleaver first because that's one way to outskill Garen. You can also rush Death Stance first against Garen, however that's not really what the video is about. So the reason why people always need to max E after Q is because if you fight Garen, the fight doesn't immediately end after doing one combo. So the more damage you can absorb with your shield, the better it is. This is why maxing E after Q is the most standard for Riven nowadays. Because if you're not really laning against a champion that you can one-shot, you're most likely always going to take this one instead. So now that we have mentioned the first two of the skill order paths, I want to be talking about the last one. So with the last skill path, we want to be maxing E first into W into Q. Now this is definitely my most favorite skill order path. Before getting into the reason why you should be taking this, I want to mention that this is the most fun way to play Riven right now. Now the thing that makes it so much fun is that you have so much mobility in the early game. You have so much potential to be able to chase down other people or being able to run away whenever you have to. Anyway, getting into the reason why you should be picking this, the best reason for you to max your E first into W into Q is when you are playing against a matchup where the enemy is a poke or ranged champion. So one good example of a champion where you could pull this trick on is when you are playing as a champion like Cannon. If you have a really hard time playing as a champion like Cannon and you are feeling really insecure and you think that you're going to lose your lane, I recommend you actually maxing your E first into W into Q. So your shield is going to help you being able to survive the lane a little longer. Also, by maxing your W after maxing your E, this will help you being able to one-shot Cannon later on in the game. Your W will just be pure damage that will help you out being able to one-shot him later on. Also, make sure that when you are maxing your E into W, you should always have some items that will help you out being able to one-shot. You can also max your E into W when you're playing against Tryndamere. The good thing about this is when you are maxing E against Tryndamere, you can easily chase or run away from him whenever he is using his ultimate. Tryndamere as a champion is really weak against champions that have a lot of mobility. This is one of the main reasons why a lot of Riven mains actually maxed E in the past against Tryndamere. Anyways guys, this was it for the video. Thank you so much for watching the video guys. If you think this was really helpful to you, make sure you like and subscribe. Also, if you have questions, don't forget to ask them in the comments below guys. Also, if you're not part of my Discord channel, don't forget to join my Discord channel guys. The link will be in the description below. So once again, thank you so much for watching the video guys. I will see you in the next one, man. Peace.